See it! Well, get out of my face! Get out of my face! Oh, it's getting interesting out. The Bundesliga as Bayern München drop points. What's the state of play out in Germany? We'll take a little look. Next! Get out of it! That's right, folks, back once again with another Bridge Show today. We're taking a look at Matchday number 9 out in the Bundesliga, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button and give me a bang out today with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Bundesliga related. Whoa, football related. I've got itchy feet, bloody bugs everywhere, bloody Nora, where am I? I'm in the jungle. I'm in the bloody jungle. Anyway, we'll talk more about that in a minute. Of course, I want to be big shout out, of course, to the Patreon gang. You know who you are, the VIP exclusive Brotherhood. Support the channel behind the bloody scenes. I do appreciate that, especially through times like these. Yes, I'm in a bloody car. I'm in a fucking car. That's right. The predictions got to keep on going. The football keeps on coming. And I can't do it in there because I'm too bloody loud. And of course, I've got idiots on the road. Just can't. It can't get out of my way. Anyway, of course, if you are interested in becoming the latest member of the Brotherhood, get stuck in the old description down there. Patreon.com/Roverseas, and you can become the latest member of the family. Of course, my brothers and sisters from another mother. So of course, let's go and take a little look and how we all got on. Leicester in there. See you. By the way, that's not this one. It's I can't do the German. Let's get it on. Of course, quick recap of the criteria. Not 2 in the shit-faced gang. 3 to 6 in the straight-faced club. 7+. You're in the top bins, so yes. So here we bloody go. So, of course, surprise, Bayern could not get the win, could not get the W over Werder Bremen. I'll tell you that in a minute. Once I get the old... I'm in the car, so you've got to give me a little bit of slack here. 1-1 in the end. Kingsley Coman on the score sheet for Bayern. Maximilian Eggestein on the score sheet for Werder Bremen as they continue their amazing season, considering where they were last time out. They love playing without fans. I don't even know. Do they have fans? I think they have fans over in Germany to a point. I don't know if it's full capacity or not, or maybe they've gone backwards. I've just lost the plot anyway. I actually went with the 3-0 for Bayern, just like the majority of us anyway. Our boys, Mönchengladbach, could only muster a 1-1 draw against Augsburg, so we drop points there. Florian Neuhaus on the score sheet for Gladbach, Daniel Calgary on the score sheet for Augsburg. Actually, I also had a man sent off, Raphael Framberger. Get himself sent off on that. Well, look at all this shite. Get out of my... Get off for the camera, will you? So, yeah, drop points there for me. 2-0 for me. Shame on me. Hoffenheim. 3-3 draw there, 6-goal thriller, of course. Actually won the 1-1 draw. Christian Baumgartner, Ryan Sessegnon, good goal there. Andrea Kermich for the paper spot, giving Hoffenheim 3 goals. Nicholas Gonzalez, Silias Wanganunka-Danka, Mark Oliver Kempf on the score sheet for Stuttgart as they took a share of the sports. Actually won the 1-1, so ain't too shabby on that. Schalke, though, still haven't managed to change their ways. They could be going down here, folks. Wout Weghorst and Xavier Schlange on the score sheet. Schlange is snake in German, just saying that now. 2-0 win for Wolfsburg. Actually won the 1-0 win. That's pretty good. Pretty good there. Not too shabby, not too shabby. I'm wobbling the car. Yeah. Next up we have Arminia Bielefeld against Bayer Leverkusen. It was a 2-0 win for Leverkusen. Actually went with a 2-1 win. Actually 2-1 win, sorry. Actually went with a 2-0 win. Goal scorers of the day. Leon Bailey, Alexander Dragovic on the score sheet for Leverkusen. Lucas Haradaki on the score sheet for Bielefeld. Big fat OG there. Again, Bielefeld, Bayer Leverkusen up to 3rd. Bielefeld starting to drip into the old drop zone. Meanwhile, Eintracht Frankfurt against RB Leipzig and all square. Called it, folks. Absolutely called it. 1-1 in the end. I could get you goal scorers. The goal scorers were Amadien Barakok on the score sheet for Frankfurt. Yusuf Poulsen getting the equaliser for Leipzig as they took a shove of the spoils. Next up, of course, Hertha Berlin, 5-2 loss to Dortmund. Of course, Erling Haaland got himself not 1, not 2, not even 3, but 4 bloody goals. Rafael Guerrero as well on the score sheet. Matthias Kuna got a couple of goals there for Berlin as they tried to get themselves back into it, but unfortunately, too late. Actually, with a 3-1 win, not too bad indeed. And Freiburg against Mainz, and there was a 3-1 win for Mainz. Jean-Philippe Matena getting himself a hat trick on this one. Niels Pearson got getting a consolation goal there for Freiburg on that one as they lost. And of course, wrapping up, it was Union Berlin, 2-1 winners over FC Köln. Actually won the 1-1. Tario Awoni and Max Kruse on the score for Union Berlin, who's bloody driven up to 5th in the table. Elias Sirishki getting a consolation goal for Köln, but again, too little, too bloody late. Got myself 5 on you. Can you keep up with me? I'm sure you can. I'm sure you bloody can. This is the table as it stands. Bayern lead the charge by just 1 point over Dortmund, over Bayer Leverkusen, Leverkusen, and 2 points clear over Leverkusen, Leipzig, of course. Union Berlin up to 5th, the biggest party poopers. Of course, I think they did this last season. They were up there. They were surprise packages, of course, but they're doing very, very well at the moment. Mönchengladbach Marboys into 7th, down the foot of the table. Schalke, Köln going down, with Arminia Bielefeld in the discussion as well. But Werder Bremen doing very, very well into 9th. So let's take a look at how you all got on. Of course, kick it off with Johnny Talks Bundesliga. You did all right. Omar Esquivel, though, he also did very, very well. Give him a round of bloody applause. Josh's world travel did bits. Ilmich also did very well. Bianca Molla also did very, very well as well. Daria Larvon Rosa did shocking. And A also did very, very well. Well done to you. Hans Worst did bits. Ivan Stringer also did very, very well. Nathan Eva did bits as well. Give him a home run. Of course, Liam 2000 not too bad. And Costas K, he's okay. Of course, Roberto Hollis also did very well. Aria G, aka Bayern fan, not too bad as well. Shane O'Donnell kicking ass and taking names. LG and Cow did bits as well. Give him a round of applause. Alan MC, new to the scene, of course, not too bad. Vizsla Hong did bits. Mark Spitelli, not too shabby. And Cody Gaho, well done, brother. Well done indeed. Give him a scooping, dooping round of applause. Omar G Monday did bits. NWC 239. And Russell Frost also did absolutely very, very well. That round of applause for Russell because he's a patron. We'll give him a bit of love. Yannick Buster did bits as well. Of course, Olaji Ojo, he did very, very well. Well done to you, brother. Gaming Charlie did bits. Lewis Jefferson also did very, very well. Alex Weller, not too bad. Luka Kajanovic and Ishan also not too shabby. And Shepard, give me a bloody round of applause. Well done, brother. Okay, did okay. Neil Galilei also did very well. And Matt Gunner did very, very well indeed. And here is your leaderboard for this week and this week alone. And while that comes on through, I've actually clamped down on the old prediction shady little business that people do with the edits. As soon as it comes around to kick off, bada bing, I take snapshots of the old picks. So if you went back there and tried to do it and do some tweakage, guess what? They're not happening. They're not in there. And also any late to the party, guess what? You're not in there. I'm sorry. I've got to clamp down. It's unfair on those guys who come in there legitimately, come in there legally. I'm sounding like a policeman, but they come in there on time, get the predictions in, and forget about it, and move on. And then we want to make sure that their scores count. So these guys are legitimate as they can bloody well be. And there might have been a little bit of delay, so you might, if you are a little bit shady like that, you might have got in there. I'm not encouraging it at all, but I'm just saying you might have squeezed it in. But this is your overall. So Johnny Talks Bundesliga and Bianca Molla with a 6. Well done to you. But your overall kingpin right here, right now, according to my eyes, is NWC 239 with a 58% success rate. Alex Weller, though, in 2nd spot. Up the ante now. It's starting to get to the nitty gritty. But again, don't peak too soon. Shane O'Donnell's doing well as well with 3rd spot. Bianca Molla's on the top 10 as well. Omar Esquivel, Shepard, LGK, and Ultra Omar Murat also in the top 15. It's that tight. Yes, indeed. So let's kick it on forward, of course, with the next round of matches. And again, make sure to get your picks in nice and early for this one. And again, I'm in a car, so let's roll with it. I do have the odds, I think, on this one, so this is going to be good. Kicking it all off on Friday night. It's 27th of November. It'll be Wolfsburg against Werder Bremen, the Battle of the W's. Of course, let's take a close look at these bad boys then, shall we? As the computer decides to load in the middle of nowhere. Is it gonna load? It's gonna load, but we'll have a little song, eh? Okay, no, that's loaded. Thank heavens for that. It's right on time. Anyway, the last 6 seasons, 1 win for Wolfsburg, 3 wins for Werder Bremen, and 2 bloody draws. Last time I played there was in Werder Bremen back in June 2020 in lockdown. It was a 1-0 win for Wolfsburg. That's right. Last time I played in Wolfsburg was a 3-2 win for Werder Bremen. That's right. That's back in December 2019, right about this time last year. Of course, Milo Rashiga got a couple of goals himself. Leonardo Bittencourt getting the 3rd goal for Werder Bremen. Voetver, of course, and William on the score sheet for Wolfsburg in a 3-2 defeat. Heading into this, of course, Wolfsburg unbeaten in 6 games in all competitions, including, that's it, in all competitions. On the flip side, Werder Bremen just 1 defeat in the past. In fact, they're unbeaten in the past 5 games as well, but all of them have been bloody draws. They're the draw specialists. In fact, both of these 2 sides are the draw specialists. Just 1 defeat between the 2 sides, and that goes in favour of Werder Bremen, of course. Heading into this, of course, let's take a look at the bookies odds. We have Werder Bremen are actually 7-2 for the victory. 11-8 is Wolfsburg on. That is Stone Cold first. 11-4 is your bloody draw. Quick look at the table. I'll tell you in just a second. Of course, Wolfsburg coming to this in 6th, and a win for them, they could actually go as high as 4th. That's Champions League territory, boys and girls. A win for Werder Bremen in 9th. They could go as high as 6th, above Wolfsburg in the process. I've gone with on this one a cheeky 1-0 win for Wolfsburg. All eyes will be on that, of course, on Friday bloody night. Next up, of course, we have Dortmund taking on. Who do they take on? Taking on FC Köln. A bit of a local affair, this bad boy. Ish. But anyway, their last 6 encounters, 4 wins for Dortmund, nothing for Köln, and 2 bloody draws. Last time I played each other in Dortmund at the BVB, whatever they call the stadium. It was a 5-1 win for Dortmund. Rafael Guerrero, Marco Reus, Jadon Sancho, with a couple of goals for Erling Haaland, of course. Mark Ute on the score sheet for FC Köln on this one as they lost 5-1. Heading into this, so Dortmund just 1 defeat the past 5 for them was against Bayern, of course, in Die Klassiker. There was a 3-2 loss, of course, but guess what? The game is back on. Of course, just a couple of points adrift. On the flip side, Köln without a win in 5 in all competitions, a couple of draws as well in that process. But realistically, their last win was a 14-0 win. It looks like it's a friendly. I don't even know what it's all about. But anyway, you fancy Dortmund on this one, I'm pretty sure. The odds for Dortmund are 4-1 on for the victory, 5-1 is draw, 12-1 is your away win. That is, of course, Köln indeed. Quick look at the table in just 1 second, of course, just queuing up the next one. Dortmund coming to this in second, and with them they could go top of the pops. Oh yeah, top of the pops. Of course, with the big Köln coming to this in the relegation zone. Second season syndrome, it looks like for them. They are in a bit of bother. But a win for them could actually go as high as 14th in the table. We've taken a look at the odds. We've taken a look at the table. We'll take a look at me. Here goes my pick. I'm going with a 3-0 bloody win for Dortmund on this one. Next up, we have, of course, Leipzig against Arminia Bielefeld. Of course, again, they played each other a whole bunch of course, in the history. Maybe they have, I don't know. But anyway, the limited data I have, the last 2 sees 1 with Leipzig, 1 draw and nothing for Bielefeld. Of course, last time I played each other was in Leipzig. It was a 1-1 draw back in April 2016, and it was in the Zweite Bundesliga. Goodness gracious me. Goal scorers on the day. Marcel Sabitzer on the score sheet for Leipzig, Brian Bergerent on the score sheet for Bielefeld. Bielefeld come to this without a win in 5, actually 5 defeats on the spin. Leipzig come to this unbeaten in 3, of course. Last defeat was against Mönchengladbach, of course, all the way back on the end of October. I think it was Halloween, of course. Heading into this, of course, let's take a look at the bookies odds. Bookies odds. 5-1 on for Leipzig, 11-2 is your draw, 14-1 is, of course, your away bloody win on this one. Take a look at the table as it stands. Of course, Leipzig come to us in 4th. A win for them. If I can see it, they could have to go top of the pops, boys. Top of the pops. If they win, of course, and win for their opposition, which is Arminia. Bielefeld coming to us in 16th. They could go as high as 13th in the table. I'm going to go with Leipzig on this one with a 2-0 win quite comfortably. I think they'll take it to the bank and take the 3 points and do away with them. Next up, of course, we have Union Berlin taking on Frankfurt. Of course, Union Berlin, one of the form teams, I think, at the moment, against Frankfurt, who are also doing very, very well for themselves. Even the last 6 between 2 sides, 1 win for Union Berlin, 4 wins for Frankie, and 1 bloody draw. Last time I played was in Frankfurt back in 2020, in February 2020. It was a 2-1 win for Union Berlin, that's right. But the last time I played in Berlin was back in September 2019. It was a 2-1 win for Frankie, that's right. Bastos on the score sheet, Andre Silva as well, with Anthony Ujar on the score sheet as well. Quick look at the bookies odds, I'll tell you that in a minute. But heading into this, goodness gracious me, I'm all over. I'm alles über the Platz here, as they say in Germany. Heading into this, of course, what's the situation at the table? Union Berlin are actually unbeaten in 6 games, according to my eyes. Unbeaten in 5 in domestic competition. On the flip side, Frankfurt just 1 defeat the past 5 for them. That was against Bayern as a 5-0 bloody loss, of course. So, quick look at the situation at the bookies, if I can get there. Union Berlin, where are you? Where are you, Union Berlin? 64 for the victory, 30-8 is your away win. That's Frankfurt, 5-2 is your bloody draw. I'm going to queue up the next one before I tell you about my pick. Of course, Union Berlin come into this in 5th. Goodness gracious me, that's dizzy heights for them. And a win for them, they could actually go 2nd in the Bundesliga. On the flip side, Frankfurt come to this in 11th, and a win for them, they could also go as high as 6th in the table. It's that tight. It is that bloody tight. I'm going to go with a Union Berlin draw on this one. 1-1 in the end. Point split down the middle. And again, continue the unbeaten run for Union Berlin. Looking very, very good. Just 1 defeat so far this season. Next up, of course, we have Augsburg taking on Freiburg. The last 6 between 1 for Augsburg, 2 wins for Freiburg, and 3 bloody draws, of course. Last time I played each other was, in fact, in Augsburg back in February 2020. It was a 1-1 draw. Philip Max on the score sheet, and Janik Habara as well on the score sheet in a 1-1 draw. Of course, heading into this, Augsburg just 1 win the past 5 for them. That was against Mainz, of course, back at the end of October. On the flip side, without a win in 6, that is Freiburg. 3 defeats on the spin for them in all competitions. In fact, all in the Bundesliga, just to let you know. Quick look at the situation in the old bookies. I'll tell you that in just a second as I queue up Stuttgart. I'm in a bloody car. Quick look at the situation between these guys. Of course, Augsburg. Where are you, son? Where are you? Where are you, Augsburg? I can't see it. I can't bloody see it. It's in here somewhere. There you are. 11-8 for the victory for Augsburg. 9-5 is your away win. 12-5 is your draw on this one. Augsburg come to this in 10th, and a win for them. They could actually go as high as 6th in the table. On the flip side, Freiburg come into this on 14th right now, and on the way down to the drop zone if they keep on doing what they're doing. But a win for them could actually go as high as 12th, which will be above Hoffenheim in the table. Again, going with it right down the middle with a nil bloody draw. Cannot separate the 2 sides, of course. Next up, we have Stuttgart up against the champions and the European champions as well. Of course, the last 6 between the 2 sides. 1 win for Stuttgart, 5 wins for Bayern and no bloody draws. Last time they played each other was at Allianz Arena back in January 2019. It was a 4-1 win for Bayern. However, last time they played each other in Stuttgart was back in September 2018. It was a 3-0 win for Bayern. Of course, Leon Goretzka, Robert Lewandowski, and of course Thomas Muller on the score sheet in a 3-0 bloody win. Of course, Bayern coming to this 4 wins at the past 5 for them in all competitions, including the Champions League. On the flip side, Stuttgart coming to this unbeaten in the last 6 games, or last 5 games as well. However, drawing the last bloody 4 in the Bundesliga. They need more wins, lads. Need more bloody wins, of course. Quick look at the situation with them in the old bookies. I'm sure Bayern are your stone cold favourites. I'm pretty sure of it. Stuttgart 8-1 for the victory, 7-2 on for Bayern. Of course, stone cold favourites 24-5 is your away win. Of course, so is your draw on this one. Bayern coming to this, of course, 1 point clear of the table, and a win for them will maintain the top of the league status. On the flip side, Stuttgart coming to this in 8th, and win for them, they could also go as high as 6 in the bloody league. Of course, I'm going to go with, of course, a 3-1 win for Bayern. Of course, you are. Everyone will to take it to the house. Of course. Next up, we have who do we have? I've just done them. Who do we have next? We have Mönchengladbach, of course, against Schalke, my boys. Of course, not been the greatest, but hopefully they can get back to winning ways, of course, against Schalke, who are rooted to the foot. They will recently change their manager, of course, so I'm sure they might have a bit of a bounce, but I think he's been in place for a while now, so that new manager bounce window is gone. The last 6 between 2, so that's 2 wins for Gladbach, 1 for Schalke, and 3 bloody draws. Last time they played each other was in Schalke. It was a 2-0 win. Back in January 2020, it was a 2-0 win for Schalke. Last time they played each other in Gladbach was back in August 2019. It was a 0-0 bloody draw. Of course, Mönchengladbach coming to this, just 1 defeat the past 5 for them, and that was against Leverkusen. Of course, doing very, very well in the Champions League as well. On the flip side, Schalke coming to this, just 1 win the past 6 for them. That was in the German Cup, of course, against Schweinfurt, 4-1 win. So still without a win in at least 5 in the Bundesliga heading into this. Quick look at the bookies odds on this one. What do we have on this? Mönchengladbach are 9-4 on for the victory. 6-1 is your away win. That is Schalke. 17-5 is your draw. Of course, taking place on Saturday, the 28th of November. Of course, Gladbach coming to this in 7th, but a win for them could actually go as high as 5th in the table, above Union Berlin, depending on what goes on there. Schalke coming to this in 18th spot, but a win for them, they could go as high as 14th in the table. That's how tight it is. Mönchengladbach need a result. Schalke's usually a difficult opposition, but I think they're there for the taking right now. 2-0 win. Mönchengladbach to take it to the bank. Next up, of course, we have Leverkusen up against Hertha bloody Berlin. I'm starting to roast in the car. But anyway, the last 6 between the two sides, 2 wins for Leverkusen, 4 wins for Hertha Berlin, and no bloody draws. Last time the was in Berlin, back in June, in lockdown, of course, 2020. It was a 2-0 win for Hertha Berlin. Do we have the goal scorers? I'll tell you, the goal scorers were Matthias Kuna and Dodi Lucabagno on the score sheet for Hertha Berlin. However, last time the in Leverkusen was also a 1-0 win for Berlin. So back-to-back wins for Berlin over by Leverkusen heading into this. Kadam Rakitic on the score sheet for Berlin last time out. Last time Leverkusen beat Berlin at Leverkusen was back in 2018, just to let you know. Heading into this though, Bayern Leverkusen with 4 wins on the spin for them, including a couple of wins, or at least 1 win out of the Europa League. On the flip side, Hertha Berlin just 1 win in the past 6 in all competitions. That was against Augsburg, a couple of games back. So not the best of form for them as they approach kickoff on this one. Quickly the bookies odds, I'll tell you. What do we have on the bookies odds? What do we have on the bookies odds on this one? Leverkusen, 4-3 on for Leverkusen. Stone Cold Ferris, 14-5 is your 13-4 is your away win. That is Hertha Berlin. Of course, Berlin coming to this in 13th spot, but a win for them. They could actually go above Hoffenheim into 12th. On the flip side, Leverkusen coming to this in 3rd, and a win for them. They could actually go top of the pops. Oh yeah, top of the pops with a big fat W if they're going to be victorious on this one. I'm going to go with a big fat win as well for Leverkusen, and again, potentially could go top of the pops with that W. And wrapping it up, it will be Mainz taking on Hoffenheim, of course. These two sides have played each other a whole bunch, I'm sure in my eyes. But the last 6, these 2 wins for Mainz, 3 wins for Hoffenheim, and 1 bloody draw. Last time played each other was in Hoffenheim, was a 2-1 win. In fact, scrap that, flip it around, chuck it in half, and bite it. It was actually, last time played each other was in Mainz, it was a 1-0 win for Hoffenheim back in May 2020. Elias Bibu on score sheet for Mainz for Hoffenheim as they took the 3 bloody points. Heading into this though, Mainz just 1 win in the past 5, in fact actually 1 win all season, but up to 15th with that W. On the flip side, just 1 win in the past 4 for Hoffenheim. That was in the Europa League against Slovan Liberec. So yeah, they're doing well in the Europa League, but pretty basic in the old Bundesliga at the moment, sitting with 8 points out of a possible, I don't know, whatever. Heading into this, of course, the bookie stars 11-5 for the victory for Mainz, 27-10 is your draw, 11-10 is your away win. That's Hoffenheim. They are the favourites, even though Mainz have got actually won last round. A win for Hoffenheim in 12th. They could actually go as high as 8th in the table. Win for Mainz in 15th. They could go as high as 13th in the table. I'm going to go with, of course, a a 2-0 win for Hoffenheim. They'll come back and come back strong and dent Mainz's reboot, of course, prior to the old international break. But that's it, my friends. That's what I think will happen. And if I'm right, this is what the table will look like at the bloody end of it. Bayern München will still be top of the pops by 1 point ahead of Dortmund and Leverkusen, and of course a couple of points clear of Leipzig. Union Berlin will maintain a top 6 status, but Gladbach closing in on them as well. Schalke and Köln going down with Bielefeld not too far away either. Again, be sure to get your picks in nice and early for this one. Of course, the prediction league, no shady business, bastards. No shady business, of course. Be sure to give the video some love and smash that thumbs up, and of course, smash your subscribe. I'll keep you back today with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Bundesliga related. Woo! Football related. We're going to go here on the bloody Rooski. That's right. So yes, I'm in a bloody car, folks. I'm in a bloody car. So that concludes these round of matches. Of course, be sure to check out the other videos on the channel. Again, be sure to give the video some love in, and also make sure you subscribe if you're new. Check out the description, links to my other social media platforms: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course Patreon if you want to support the channel. And another way, that's the place to do it, pal. Yes, indeed. I'm in a car. I'm on my way. I'm on my travels. Hopefully we'll be back next week, and hopefully we'll be out of the old the bogs, and hopefully we're out of the flipping hotness of a stupid car, and hopefully I'll be back in my bed because I need it. I need my bed. Anyway, till then, be sure to give the video some love in. I'll see you all very soon. Stay safe out there, mask up and all that kind of jazz, and I'll see you all on the other side.